Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to Arrow Episode 2 review. Episode name is Sara, and it picked up right off from the last episode, how it ended where Sara got shot in the stomach 3 times by who we think was Komodo. As it kind of shown the promo after episode 1 aired. But that is not the case. Um, Ends up not being Komodo. We don't know who it is exactly yet. So that is yet to be um, revealed who shot him, who shot her. We don't know if it was League of Assassins, but we don't think it was Merlin based on the end of the episode, but we'll get into that in a second. So the entire episode was Team Hero going after Komodo because they thought that he killed Sara. He ended up not. That was pretty much the entire premise of the story. However, flashbacks, going on top 5, were a number 5 thing of the episode. Um, in the flashbacks in this episode, he's in Hong Kong still, and the guy who's Oliver's living with now is saying that Amanda Waller is giving him a target to take out with like a sniper, and he aims into the target, and it's Tommy Merlin, who died in the season finale of season 1. Now this is a flashback 3 years before, 3 or 4 years before that. Um, so he's still very much alive, obviously. He's in Hong Kong because Oliver logged into his email. In the season premiere, we saw him trying to email his mom that he's in Hong Kong, and it triggered something, and Tommy flew over to Hong Kong to go try to find Oliver, but he thought he was alive. Near the end of the episode, Oliver kidnaps Tommy, and he's wearing a mask, and tells Tommy that Oliver is dead. So Tommy doesn't believe that Oliver is alive, and heads home. So that kind of resolves that issue. But it was kind of cool to see Colin Donald reprise his role as Tommy. So that was really cool. Number 4 is the Ray Palmer. I'm going to start doing over here so you don't block my face. Number 4 would have to be the Ray Palmer progression. In this episode, he's pretty much taking over Queen Consolidated at one point. He's just completely remodeling the place, and he's still trying to get Felicity to um, work for him by stalking her and whatnot. He ends up, she's breaking down in front of him because she's mourning the loss of Sara, and he pretty much says, I don't know what you're going through, but I've gone through stuff too, and it's going to get better. Um, at the end of the episode, she ends up going to work for Palmer because her and Oliver are just kind of falling apart. There's a lot of tension between the two of them. It's really interesting to see how Oliver feels about Felicity going to work for Ray Palmer now, and how Ray Palmer ends up becoming the role of the Adam that we know he will become eventually in the show. So number 3 is Komodo himself, just Komodo in general. He was given the name Komodo, and his alias name is Simon LaCroix. About a quarter of the way through the episode, third of the way through the episode, and we of course had an archery battle between Arrow and Komodo. I was on my bonus cycle, it was still really cool. First real archery fight since the season finale of season 1. I know there was the Nissa fight in season 2, the episode titled Heir to the Demon, where Nissa premiered, or was first shown, but that was an iffy. It was like 2 seconds, not much archery. It was more running after each other and stuff. Um, so this was a real toe-to-toe archer fight, and it was really cool to see that kind of thing return to the show. We haven't seen that in a long time. Um, but when they finally caught him at the end of the episode, he said that he was in Bloodhaven, which is a nice little nod to Nightwing, that these other cities do exist. We have Starling City, we have Central City with Flash, and then Bloodhaven's been mentioned a couple times in the show. It was mentioned first in season 1, I believe, for one little thing, and now it's mentioned again. LaCroix took out, I think it was like 2 targets. The night Sara died when he was in Bloodhaven, and Sara was not one of the targets, so that leads the question, who did kill Sara? So we will return to that in my reviews when we get to it, when it is revealed in the show. Number 2 is Laurel's progression in the episode. Um, this course, Laurel was just beyond pissed. She had just gotten Sara back because she'd been gone for 5 months. She came back, talked to her, was walking down the alley, and Sara comes crashing down in front of her with 3 arrows in her chest, and she's dead. And that'd be pretty traumatizing to me. And in the end of the episode, is in the comics, Black Canary is Diana Laurel Lance. That's her name in the comics. And at the end of the episode, we see Laurel holding a little like shark, which she talked about earlier in the episode. That whenever something's going wrong in Sarah's life, Sarah would take this little shark that she got from the aquarium and hold on to it. So she was kind of doing the same thing, and then she also looked and picked up the black coat, the black leather coat that Sarah gave her in the season 2 finale, like at the very end of the episode. So that definitely shows that she is now motivated to take up the role of Sarah, because she did mention that no one's going to know her name, no one's going to know who she was. Diggle then says that they're naming the child Sarah in honor of her. So that's cool, but I think that Laurel is going to end up becoming the Black Canary to honor her sister's death. So now, number 1 is the promo, basically, the hint toward the next episode. The very end of the episode, we go to Corto Maltese, which is the name of the next episode, and we see these 3 people fighting with, they're kind of have like these masks, I forget what it's called, they have these masks, and they're fighting with bamboo sticks, I think, and one of them takes the other 2 out and takes the mask off, and we see this guy clapping, and it's Merlin, and he says, very well done, and we see it's Thea that had taken the guys out, and she says, thanks, Dad. And then it goes to the promo for the next trailer. Oliver is now going over to Corto Maltese because of a note that Roy had. I didn't catch what the note said exactly. But now, next episode, we will for sure have Merlin revealing himself to Oliver that he's still alive. I was hoping for a Merlin-Oliver team-up at the end of Season 2, but that didn't happen. But now we're going to see him fight, go toe-to-toe again in the next episode. So that'll be really cool. So tune in next week as I review that episode, and then, of course, Flash Episode 3 and Gotham Episode 5. Stay tuned for more Mario and Pokemon. I've been able to give it over to like, favorite, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless. See you then.